Online mode in Injustice Mobile is brutal. One wrong step and your whole team gets wiped. But the secret weapon is not always your characters, it's your gear. Gears can make or break a match in Injustice Mobile, from turning glass cannons into tanks to making basic attacks hit like supers. Whether you're dominating in online battle or surviving nightmare challenges, the right gear is everything. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 most powerful game-changing gears in Injustice Mobile that every CS player should have equipped. What's good, everyone? Today, we're diving into the top 10 gear cards for online mode in Injustice Mobile. The ones that give you the edge, shut down threats, and turn your squad into straight up monsters. Before we begin, be sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the summer, so if you could do that for me, it's very much appreciated. And with that being said, let's get into it. Still spending hours grinding Injustice Mobile just to unlock a few characters? It's time to start wasting your time and start dominating. At InjusticeMobileMods.shop, we make it simple. Get the characters, power credits, and gear you need, all at the lowest prices with same-day delivery guaranteed. No waiting, no risky sellers, just fast, safe, and reliable service trusted by thousands of Injustice Mobile players. We've helped build players stack rosters, unlock rare elites, and leveled up their accounts without the grind. Need support? We've got real people ready to help you. Need it fast? Most orders are delivered the same day. So if you're ready to skip the hassle and jump straight into the action, visit InjusticeMobileMods.shop now. Power up your team and start winning today. Link in the description below. Okay, before we actually begin, this list will not contain survivor gears because their full potential isn't displayed alone by themselves. So for that reason, this list will not contain any survivor gears. Okay, and with that being said, let's actually get into the video. Coming in at number 10, we're starting strong with one of the most offensive iconic gears in Injustice Mobile, the 5U93R, more famously known as the Overpowered Pill. This gear is built for pure pressure in online mode. It gives you a 50% damage boost to all basic attacks and stacks on a 50% critical chance, turning even your simplest hits into major threats. Then we get to the combo enders, where things get nasty with a 90% chance to trigger life drain on every combo ender. You're staying alive longer while dishing out serious punishment. And if that wasn't enough, there's a 100% chance to drain 15% of your opponent's power on combo enders. That means they're losing energy every time you finish a combo, making it harder for them to fire back with specials. It's all offense, little defense, but in the hands of an aggressive player, 5U93R is a nightmare. That's why it lands at the number 10 spot on this list. At number 9, we have one of the most sneakiest yet powerful gears in the game, the Claw of Horus. This gear isn't about raw stats, it's about strategy, and it shines in online mode when you know how to play around tag-ins and special timing. First off, when your character tags in, the opponent instantly takes damage equal to 10% of their total health. No attacks needed. That might not sound like much, but over the course of a match, it adds up fast, especially against high health tanks. Next, every time an opponent tags in, they get hit with a 10% damage increase debuff, which stacks up to 3 times. That means if you keep forcing tag-ins, you can be doing 30% more damage to them. But here's the catch, it resets when you tag out. So this is a gear for those who like to stay in the fight and keep the pressure on. And finally, we've got the real game changer, a 75% chance to disable one random gear on your opponent whenever you use Special 1. That gear stays disabled until the enemy tags out, making it a great counter to over-reliant builds or team stacking key items, such as the Invincible setup. Claw of Horus works best on support characters, those who tag in regularly to set up the match, characters that apply pressure without needing to stay in too long or burn through specials. It's not meant to carry the team with raw stats, but it's a strategic pick that can tilt any fight in your favor. Claw of Horus is a smart player's tool. It punishes tagging, chips away health passively, and disrupts your enemy's setup. It's not flashy, but it's deadly, which earns it in the number 9 spot. At the number 8 spot, we've got a tank's best friend, the Gingold Soda. This gear doesn't mess around when it comes to defense, and if you're tired of getting shredded by basic combos in online mode, this one's for you. First off, you get a solid 30% damage reduction from basic attacks, which is huge considering how many players rely heavy on chaining basics. Then, when you block, it reduces an additional 22% damage, letting you absorb way more hits while waiting for an opening to save up power. It also protects you from crit spam with 35% damage reduction from critical attacks, making it a great counter to gears like the 5U93R or Ipstick, which boosts crit output. And just to throw in a little luck in your favor, there's a 20% chance to take no damage at all from basic attacks. Yes, literally zero. You did just hear that. Literally a chance to become immune to basic attacks. Gingold Soda is a pure defensive piece, perfect for tanks, supports, or anyone who needs to survive longer while setting up the game for winning plays. Whether you're anchoring your team or absorbing pressure in the front line, this gear soaks damage like a sponge. That durability is exactly why Gingold Soda takes the number 8 spot. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to put any survivor gears on here, but this is going to be the only exception because this gear doesn't need a whole setup to truly shine. In our number 7 spot, we got none other than the League of Assassins Adept Knives, a gear that turns Special 1 into a team-wiping weapon, the League of Assassin Adept Knives. This gear is a perfect fit for aggressive players who love to cycle specials quickly and hit hard. First up, it gives you a 30% boost to power generation, meaning you're building meter fast and getting more specials off throughout the fight. Then, it stacks on a 40% damage increase to Special 1, making that first hit way harder than usual, and that alone would be solid. But here's the real reason this gear makes the list. It comes with a 100% area effect on Special 1, which means the entire team takes 50% damage even if they're not on screen. That turns a well-timed Special 1 into a team-wide nuke. Tagouts won't save them, and against glass cannon teams or support heavy setups, it's absolutely devastating. If you're running a character who has a strong Special 1, think Raven, Batgirl, Luchador Bane. This gear can tilt the whole match for its mix of power gain, single target burst, and team-wide pressure. The LOE Adept Knives easily secured the number 7 spot. Coming in at the number 6 spot is one of the most oppressive and momentum-based gears in the game, the Quake Engine. This gear is built for dot-heavy teams and power control, and it starts strong with a 40% chance to steal up to 100% of your opponent's Special 2 cost. Not just power drain, but stealing it. That means you're gaining as they lose, giving you a massive advantage in meter control. Next, it gives you a 50% plus bonus damage to specials and dot effects when the enemy has less than 1 bar of power. So not only are you stealing their energy, you're punishing them harder while they're low. And it gets even more dangerous. After any dot effect finishes, there's a 100% chance to re-trigger the same dot on the current opponent. Bleeding, burns, poisons, whatever it is, it comes back immediately, stacking insane chip damage so they can't escape. But here's where it gets character specific. When this gear is equipped on the Joker, tagging him in extends the enemy's cooldown by 8 seconds. That means once you lock someone in, they're stuck taking dot damage with no way out. This is especially nasty in online mode. Quake Engine turns power advantage, dot stacking, and lockdown into one brutal package, and that's why it secures the number 6 spot. Cracking into the number 5 spot, we've got one of the most well-rounded and punishing offensive gears in the game, the Heart of Darkness. This gear is loaded with layered effects that chips away at the enemy both offensively and strategically. First up, it boosts your Special 2 damage by 30%, making it perfect for characters who rely on big second specials to swing momentum. But what really sets it apart is its unique dot plus power drain combo. Every time you land a special attack, it applies 6% damage over time and drains 12% of the opponent's power, which adds up quickly, especially against slower meter line enemies. On top of that, you also get a 30% boost to power generation, keeping your specials coming in faster and more frequently than your opponent can handle. And just when they think tagging out will save them, nope, If the opponent tags out, they will immediately take damage equal to 20% of their character's total damage stat. That makes Heart of Darkness a huge threat even when you're off screen. Whether it's pressure from dot, meter control, faster specials, and tag out punishment, Heart of Darkness brings it all. It fits aggressive mains, dot-based teams, and power denial strategies, locking it in confidently at the number 5 spot. At the number 4 spot, we've got the ultimate last standing gear, the one that turns near death into domination, Necron's Scythe. This gear is built for clutch plays and it starts kicking in when your health drops below 15%. At that point, your basic attacks steal 40% power from your opponent and life drain for 40%, letting you heal up while draining their energy at the same time. But it doesn't stop there. It also gives you a massive 200% damage boost against frozen or stunned opponents. That's triple damage, which is absolutely deadly when paired with stun specialists like Luchador Bane and Batman characters. And just when your opponent thinks they're finally taking you out, plot twist, if your character knocks out an enemy opponent while wearing Necron's Scythe, they'll resurrect once per match with 65% health. That makes this gear a game changer in 1v1 clutch scenarios and a nightmare for players who think they've secured the win. Power steal, life drain, massive crit damage, and a free resurrection. Necron's Scythe is one of the most underrated combat tools in Injustice Mobile, and that's why it carves out the number 4 spot on this list. Starting off our top 3 is a gear that defined the meta for years and is still one of the most frustratingly effective defensive tools in Injustice Mobile, the Astro Harness. First up, every time you land a special, it applies an electric damage overtime effect, dealing 10% of that special's damage over the next 5 seconds. It's free chip damage that keeps applying pressure even after your combo ends. Then comes one of the most game-breaking passives. On any lethal hit, there's a 75% chance to trigger a power shield, which absorbs incoming damage equal to 40% of your character's max health. That shield can be the difference between survival and KO, especially in clutch fights. But here's what makes Astro Harness truly hated in online mode. Invulnerability effect. Your character becomes completely invincible for 5 seconds when hitting specific health thresholds: 100%, 50%, and 10%. That's 3 different times per match where the opponent literally can't touch you. Combine that with the shield, dot, and the timing advantage it gives you, it's no surprise Astro Harness has been a staple in toxic defensive setups and comeback heavy strategies for years. Whether you love it or hate it, there's no denying its impact. Astro Harness locks in a well-earned number 3 spot. Coming in hot at number 2 is the unstoppable Master's Death Cart, a gear made for pure chaos and one of the most explosive offensive options in Injustice Mobile. The moment your character tags in, it triggers 20% unblockable damage guaranteed. So even if your opponent is turtling behind a block, they're immediately eating a chunk of damage, but it gets even worse for them. For the first 6 seconds after tagging in, the opponent's blocking becomes 20% less effective, opening the door for huge pressure and follow-up damage. And that's just the beginning. Master's Death Cart has not 1 but 2 area effect passives. First, all special attacks deals 15% damage to the entire enemy team, and second, combo enders deal 35% team-wide damage. That means every combo and special you land isn't just hurting your current target, it's softening up the entire team roster. And tagouts won't save them, they'll enter the match already weakened. Master's Death Cart is a nightmare in the hands of tag-based teams and aggressive leads. It's the kind of gear that completely shifts the fighting in just one explosive entrance. For its unmatched tagging impact, unblockable pressure, and team-wide punishment, Master's Death Cart slams into the number 2 spot. And finally, claiming the number 1 spot, the undisputed best gear in Injustice Mobile, the Tantu Totem. If you've played online mode for more than 5 minutes, you've already seen this gear in action because every top tier team runs it, and it's no surprise why. Right off the bat, it gives your specials a 30% critical hit chance, which already boosts your damage significantly, but that's just the surface. Every time your character tags in, they instantly gain 35% of their max special meter, basically letting you jump into the fight already loaded and ready to go. Then, if you knock out an opponent using a special, you get that special bar fully refunded 100% back, and if for some reason your special does no damage, you still get it back. That's right, no energy costs, no penalty. Tano Totem completely breaks the usual energy system and lets you loop specials, dominate with tagging strategies, and overwhelm team with non-stop pressure. Whether you're using it on a special 2 spammer, a stun locker, or a nuke heavy lead, Tano fits almost any playstyle. It's versatile, reliable, and ridiculously powerful, and that's why the Tano Totem stands alone as the best gear in the game. And you guys have made it to the end of the video. Do you guys agree with this list? Let me know which gear you can't live without in the comments, or which one should have made the cut. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and with that being said, I'ma catch y'all in the next one.